How does this guy know?
You've got like Bella Fleck, videos of you just farting songs. Like, how's he doing it?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Terrific.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Great.
It is lovely to see you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
We're talking about farting and fine tuning the fart.
Dude, I've been preaching this everywhere, but like, dude, we did the data mining on this. We ran the metrics. They want to hear about farts.
It's all about farts,
dude. We're bleeding listeners until we get to farts, and then it's like ka-ching, like dollar signs show up in OBS.
Between the terrible diet John and I have right now until after Thanksgiving, we're gold mine for you. So hopefully this will help out.
Now, do you guys keep a similar diet and exercise routine? What I'm asking is, for the next week, are you guys going to be filling one room? Are you going to be bulging the windows in one room with farts?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
100%.
Yes and no. Yes and no. It's somebody's gonna have to break, and it's a fucking a game of chicken. I don't know who's gonna.
It's really like an old Wild West scene, like an old West shootout kind of thing. It's like who's gonna make the other one leave the room first,
or like a tug of war with farts. I don't know, like who's gonna break the barrier. I don't know.
I was just picturing you guys sitting on a big comfy sectional with a gigantic fleece blanket, and by the end of the night, it's just like full of swamp gas. Like you guys are almost ready to lift off.
It's not that romantic. Usually it's us standing across from each other in the kitchen. It never gets that far. It's usually like we just ate and we're loaded.
Damn, dude. Two thick daddies like you bouncing farts off of the linoleum.
Yeah. It must be nice.
That tone.
The sound. The tone.
It's a real Pavarotti, like a real thick bass,
Have you ever farted in a rest stop bathroom and listened to it bounce off of every surface and just been like,
I did in the
like, dude, Salieri crying in front of Mozart's music.
I wish I was
this was the ass of God.
For some reason, there's nothing better than a public school bathroom, and I can't figure out why. But if you find yourself there,
you and I probably have different reasons.
Well, yeah.
Seriously, how are you guys doing though? You guys doing good?
Yeah,
doing great, man. Thank you both so much. I mean, it fucking means the world.
Yeah.
I'm happy I got the invite.
Although I do have a little bit of bad news. I'm in a bit of a personal spot. I have to do an internal music audit of things that I like, because I've realized recently that a lot of the songs that I liked, and at least a couple bands, suck terribly.
Oh yeah, we've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my first one was Disturbed. I was like, oh no.
Where were you at in life when Down with the Sickness came out?
I was exactly where I should have been. I was in a truck, angry and ready to fight the world.
He was riding a ghost flame into the
bro.
You had a gun.
That's true. Yeah, I did have a gun around that time, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll grow a fucking beard, dude, but just like a little.
Man! And then just him saying, "Could you give it to me?" You're just like, that's the energy I need to feel right now. Just pointing a gun out of your truck.
I won't say I haven't ever done that. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it.
That's like the white guy version of like dudes who just get way too into listening to rap. Then they got gold fronts, they got a gun. In real life, they're actually like an overnight security guard.
Yep.
That was the white guy version of that. It's like, I got a gun, I got a truck, I have no teeth. I'm a fucking...
You were close.
Oh yeah, I had teeth. Yeah, it was
because you weren't about it. You weren't really about that life.
No, you didn't really devote yourself, man.
Dude, keeping your teeth like some sort of pussy.
How come I'm not smoking any meth? God damn, I suck.
Dude, you go to the dentist every 6 months? Fucking bitch.
You should have been punching yourself in the face at concerts in parking lots.
I had enough people punching me in the face. I should have lost more teeth.
Yeah.
Shout out moms for the genetics.
Yeah. Well, look at that face.
It is a punchable face.
Pretty punchable.
Now, the thing that got me, like, the first worried thing about Disturbed was the mommy version of Down with the Sickness.
The mommy version?
The mommy version?
Like Kids Bop or like Latina?
That would have been awesome. He's like in
think a why, don't think a why, don't think a why, don't think a why.
It's so close already. It just needed that one extra.
All right.
The mommy version, like the radio didn't play the part where it's like, "Mommy, I'll fucking kill you," or whatever the fuck it was.
What? I'm not even aware of this.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, you buy the album, and all of a sudden you're like, "Say what now?" I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, it's
bad.
It's cringy.
But then I heard him cover The Sound of Silence. I was like, I couldn't make any excuses anymore. I was like, I'm out.
So I can't believe it took you that long.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not proud of this. But
that's crazy. That's crazy that it was like an international multi-million hit. And then they were like, buy the album to hear the cool shit. It's just like, Mom, I fucking hate you so much. Yeah.
It was
that's
a great
gotta
trip
suck,
that
dude.
All the producers were like really happy to play on everybody. Like
they probably had a lot of like mechanics looking for CD receipts.
Yo, I was in this hotel in Atlanta like a few months ago. I was telling you partly I was just in Atlanta, but like it was after this like long day, and it was like mostly white dudes in this hotel, and every like white dude does the same like end of the day thing where they go to the hotel bar, and they're all like trying to fuck a lady they work with well out of their league. And they're
so
all like kind of
language.
They're all like miserable. They're all listening to like kind of sad songs on like every time a sadder song came on like the radio, they were like, yeah, this makes me happy in some weird way. And
new song comes on, they all turn to each other like, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, dude, there was like what was that song? It was like, I found it. It was
how could this happen to me? Oh yeah, no. The reason
and it was
is
like
you.
just dudes in the bar, just like, oh, this connects with me in such a profound way.
Oh my god!
And I was like, I'm gonna go outside and smoke, and I went outside, and there was I was with a couple buddies of mine, and we went outside, and there was these like 4 Mexican guys sitting at a table, and they were all listening to a cell phone. They had, I would say, probably 45 empty bottles of Modelo in front of them, and they were listening to the happiest music possible, and they looked like they had the worst day you could possibly imagine. They were still like, yeah, it's gonna be okay.
oh hell yeah!
Like, man, this culture is so much more attractive.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I'd rather hang out with exhausted fucking kitchen staff than like white office pussies any day of the week.
Yeah, because it's like, and they're genuinely exhausted.
Yeah,
exhausted from labor.
They savor that exhaustion. They go, that was another honest day's work, dude. Can't wait to send $40 more back home at the end of the week. And those white pussies are in there just like, I fucking hate everything about where I'm at in life, dude. This hotel's the only thing I got going for me. I can't wait to fucking beat my dick. I'm so fucking sad. I hate my boss, dude. I think while I'm here, I might email my boss and say, you need me more than I need you, dude. Fuck yourself. And then they don't. They drink 2 beers and they go up and they call their wife that they hate and they cry.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
Yeah, they immediately call bitch wife. Like,
yeah.
Bitch wife,
you know,
they're like, this relationship isn't working and the reason is you. I heard that in a song.
You know what they should do? You know they have like they have like Kids Bop for the kids, like the popular songs. Yeah. They need to have like bitch songs for dudes like that and just put a compilation together.
I might have a couple of those.
Just put it on in a bar and fucking all these white guys can congregate. It's a good idea, man.
What else is there? Probably like Soul Asylum or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That Snow Patrol song. The
song that everyone got laid to for like 5 years on soundtracks.
Yeah.
If I lay here, like, everybody was getting laid to that song in like TVs and movies. And
but
shit.
It wasn't. Yeah, I don't know.
That was like the damaged but like intimidating teenager in town who finally got to have sex with the extremely hot girl who like they based the entire show around, and they would play.
He's the only one who understood it.
Here, yeah, that was hot stuff, dude.
Yeah,
that was cool when they did that kind of stuff.
I miss those movies where like an extremely hot girl would have glasses. And then they were like, there's no way she'll be prom queen.
It was a good time.
I missed that. And then they would take her glasses off and they were like, she was hot. It's like,
are they going to start doing that? But it's like gender reaffirming stuff. like maybe the nerdy guy just needs to like put on a dress and like do makeup, and then he'll be homecoming queen.
Dude, they did those in the 80s, but it was very different.
And he'll get French kissed by Freddie Prinze III.
It's okay, my mom's Buffy, dude.
It's like called She's Actually All That.
Dude, he's like, I never noticed how beautiful you look when you tuck your penis back between your thighs.
The way this moon plays
it's the
on
same as the
Adam's
taking
apple.
off the glasses scene. He just slowly tucks his penis and balls for him.
And then other football players are like, whoa.
Gently gives him the Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, dude, this is $1 million idea.
And then all the other
you call it
football players are like trying to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm beautiful.
You could call it they there all that.
They there. Yeah,
It's all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. This is cutting
Yo, have
edge
you guys
comedy.
ever done the Buffalo Bill move?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I'll tell you a funny story.
I just stopped doing it.
A friend of ours.
Dude, what could the story be?
This is great. A
You
friend of
just
ours
do
was
it in a
like,
mirror and then it's over. There's no way there's a
you think so, but a friend of ours, like that was his move to do in front of people
Oh,
for like a
okay.
long time.
Okay, sure.
So like on New Year's Eve one year, all these people were in this basement. It was like a basement party or whatever.
That's cold. That's cold.
No, and so he goes to the top of the stairs and turns the light switches at the top of the stairs. He turns the light switch off.
Dude, just so you know, you look like Walk DMC.
Thank you. That may have finally broken him of this.
It's yes.
I mean, you look cool as shit. You look cool as shit.
I don't. It's all right.
I can't believe we're doing this overnight shift together again.
I'm just waiting for a farmer to open the feed door behind the two of you.
Well, they're actually closed for Thanksgiving, so that's not going to happen.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
Somebody got to feed them cows.
yeah. Yeah. We don't take a day off. What is it called? Thanksgiving?
Dude, oh my God.
I forgot what it's Oh, so the guy goes,
your buddy always did the tuck move. He went to the top of the steps, turned off the lights.
Turns off the lights. Like right when it was going to be, I guess the ball was going to drop, whatever.
His balls dropped.
He turns the light on. He's at the top of the stairs, and not only is he doing the move backwards, like so you can see like his dick and balls. You can also see his asshole from every vantage point in that room, and it's like daunting, man. So everybody in there was like cleared the fuck out.
At that point, we'd seen it so many times. We just gave him the old showcase showdown, the Barker Beauties girl.
Yeah.
Like, here it is.
So that was his masterpiece.
It
That was
was.
his like. I really got. Has he killed himself or is he still alive?
He's a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Is he really?
He's like a millionaire, actually. He's
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
He's worth a lot of money.
he reached fulfillment and said, "Okay, I'm ready to get
Right.
serious."
Yeah, he
Dude,
did a lot
that's
of
the
things.
coolest shit in the world.
Yeah, that guy rules.
Yeah, he's a. I mean,
He's a
Somewhat.
big piece of shit.
Yeah,
I hate that
piece
kind
of
of shit.
No,
Do you really hate him?
No,
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 he's great.
he's my best friend.
Oh,
Did you guys ever think? Did you guys ever think about? I was talking to McCusker about this recently. You know how like when you were probably like after high school, maybe even before college or during college, you'd become aware of guys in different social circles who were known for being like a funny asshole. Like, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's funny.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any temptation to asshole out? Just become like a fucking obnoxious dickhead
No, I think
and
no,
have everybody cover for you?
no, I think because that role was just filled, and I was like, I don't know, I just
You can only
So
have one
that's what I'm
max
saying is
cover.
though you become aware that that role is filled. Does any part of you go, ooh, I could be the funny asshole?
no, because that's self-correct. Like the group is like, you're not the hot guy. Like
yeah.
there's somebody who it was the guy from Barstool Sports. Like he called out Justin Edelman, I think it was, or is that his name? Edelman?
Edelman, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, you're not funny, you're like hot guy funny. Where you're just like hot and you say like quirky shit and girls who already want to fuck you get excited about it. And they assume and then they're just tricked into thinking you're funny. So like, I feel like the four of us, if we ever tried to pull like hot guy funny shit, the group would just immediately correct that.
Yeah, it's
whatever group you were in would be like, well, you're not that.
I would just continue to not be in groups.
But even like, I feel like I have tried that. I feel like I have tried.
Yeah.
Who's this girl? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new.
He did it, and it was.
Look, I have a problem with people just running from me just by walking up. So I don't need that kind of static in my life.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, dude, like the second I feel like I saw like one Sean William Scott movie when I was in high school, and I was like, I can be that guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was kind of an archetype for a lot of people. Yeah. I think the Stifler.
I still think he was a hero.
Saying now. Yeah.
Dude, did you ever see the hockey movie he was in?
Yeah.
The Goon. Yeah, hell yeah.
It is like one of the best. It's probably the most underrated comedy I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really fantastic stuff.
Is it Goon? It's called Goon?
It's just
Goon.
Goon. Yeah.
I think there's a second one, but I never saw it.
Minor league
I didn't see the second
enforcer.
Right. Dude, there's the two brothers in that. Whatever the brothers are, where I forget what they are, but man, what is like one of those movies that, they like fly under the radar where it's like, all right, when you tell people it's funny, they never see it. But you're like, dude, if that movie was promoted as like a summer blockbuster, it would have easily outdone any other comedy out.
Yeah, I guess if they would have just added a female in the movie just for the producers to like sexually assault, I think they could have gotten some pretty big promotion for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that would have been
that's true.
Smart move on their part.
I mean, it is pretty heinous that like nothing really changed in Hollywood, and it is still probably just a sexual assault machine.
It's just worse,
without a doubt.
Nothing about it changed. And everyone's like, "Yep, took care of that."
Dude, I noticed that was like there's been certain movies that I've seen where it's like where like super hot, very hip looking girls are now in movies, and it's like, you're just the same. You're just part of the same machine.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You're just like a new novelty that a guy at the network was like, well, now I want to have sex with that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys are just updating their firmware. They're not stopping.
That's it.
That's it. You're like, oh yeah, dude, my hot box stopped working. My free cable stopped working. I wait till the guy comes back to update the fucking software.
Dude,
and then they're right back to it.
This whole thing was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Because look what proliferated. Sex positivity proliferated during Me Too, and only
I think that got a head start. Sex positivity was already cooking when because they were like,
that is true.
I remember the "don't say what was she wearing" arguments on the internet way before Me Too. I think it kind of facilitated. I think the sex positivity stuff came out, and they're like, all right, what do we do with this? It was like, you know how every time they make a new Superman movie, they show him learning to fly, like he jumps a couple times and then he like really flies. That was sex positivity, dude. That was them like, okay, how far can I fucking take this?
Tim Butterly, goddamn, you're a genius. If you ever spoke to anyone in their idiom, you just spoke to me. Tell me anything and it involves a Superman movie, I'm like,
No, that's happenstance. I'm no smart guy. That's just one reference that makes sense for me.
Well, see, you also, whatever your hands are doing, you look like you're assembling a Hellraiser puzzle box.
Oh, I'm grinding up weed. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I got it. It looked like you were just like summoning Pinhead while you're doing that, which is even more impressive to me.
Sorry. I got McKeever contact high yesterday, and I felt terrible about it.
I was telling everybody I could speak to today how great I felt last night. It was the first time I was remotely high since, like I said, I opened for Joey Diaz years and years ago, and he smoked so much weed in the green room. And I've been around a bunch of people that smoke weed, and I never ever have gotten a contact high, and I thought that was always like a myth. And
I kind of did too.
When I worked with Joey Diaz, I was the first time I was like, I think I'm a little high from being in the room with him. But last night I was with Tim, and I would never even have said I was high, but other people started saying it about me.
Which is honestly, the worst feeling in the world when you think I might be high.
Yes.
Yeah, but I felt great because I was like, Tim was like smoking this fucking it was like a pre-roll, right? And
I got it from Chicago.
It was just like thick plumes of smoke, but like right next to me. And I'm like, there's no way in the world that would even affect me. And like 15 minutes into the podcast and the Patreon, I was like, I felt so good. It was the best I felt in years.
Well,
it was like a Xanax.
Well,
yeah, it was great. I was very big fan.
I'm glad because you did get I don't want to say attacked on the podcast. I don't know if that's the right word, but
what?
It wasn't an attack.
About the little dick?
The LAD. I don't know.
About the little ass dick?
I did get fucking tortured about that.
Yeah, and the hand what do you guys call that? That's not a handshake.
I think that's wheezing the juice, actually.
It is wheezing the juice. That's exactly
I always called it the gimme mines.
No, that's the wheezing the juice.
No, it's wheezing the juice.
Dude, I would if someone wheezed the juice with me, it would be the greatest day of my life. But if someone did it, they did it at me.
Yeah.
And it was pretty terrible. That was one of the worst things that ever happened.
It was two-sided because I saw the joy on their side and I was like, that's hilarious. And then I saw you and you just looked traumatized and I was like, what? I don't know how to feel about this.
I stand with McKeever.
Dude, if there was like the only thing that would have made that worse would be like 8 black teens going, oh, that would be the only thing that make me feel worse.
Oh man. Oh, they clowning on Mister. Oh shit. Oh shit. Mr. McKeever, they got you, dog. Oh fuck. Oh, for real. They're all on Instagram Live at the same time. Oh shit, Mr. McKeever, he got you.
Dude, in that moment, if that would have happened, that turns you into an old man.
It's over. A white guy, it's over.
That happens in front of you all the time. You're like, oh, and you get wrinkles.
Your pants immediately go 1 inch higher immediately.
Yeah. Dude,
that's actually the prequel to Gran Torino.
I knew a guy, he's like 70 something now. He's a sweet guy, but he's from the South. And he is 100% a racist. And
he said from the South.
Time, he's like he's not he's like a guy who's like, well, I mean, the numbers support my feelings. That kind of thing, you know?
Answer me this. 13% of the population. However,
so you met my uncle. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And every time I see him, the last time I saw him, I was telling Cassie, I was like, and I think I told Tim this before, but like his pants are so high. Also, he's not a racist. He's just he's like a like when like if he hears a news story, he's like
what was I telling you?
You know how they do.
Yeah, and
no surprise there. Yeah.
His pants get ever so higher to the point where like I was telling Cassie, I was like, it looks like his pants are so high, it looks like the polo guy is on land on his shirt. Like the little emblem is actually running across.
He's got a nice belt to run across.
Dude, his belt is so close to his nipples. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You see the horse is actually gone towards his armpit.
Dude, it's like how he's kind of short, so it's just mostly zipper. It's
nice.
It's pretty incredible.
Dude, the nuts overlap the seam.
That guy, that could, you know what? He could have been the asshole guy at one point. Then he got called out by 8 black kids, and then it all just moved north.
Dude, did you ever hear the Colby Covington story about, you know how he hated Kamar Usman?
Yeah.
So
I don't know the story.
All right. So I read this story once, and apparently he was brought into Colby's camp to train, brought into Usman's camp to be a sparring partner for Usman because Usman was fighting somebody that was similar to Colby's style.
Weren't they like partner? Like they actually became friends at one point?
No. So
okay.
Well, they were like in the same, but no, that's a good question because they were in the same camp. And according to the story, and from Colby's mouth, he was like, yeah, I worked on a camp with him, and then they went out to hang out one night, and they didn't invite me. And that was essentially the genesis of him becoming,
like character. That was the beginning of his story arc.
Yeah, he became like 6-pack Donald Trump after that.
Yeah.
And it's like, isn't that funny how that fucking happens? Like, and all that would have taken if Usman was like, "You're my boy, Colby. I love you so much." Colby would have been in Dashiki. Like 2 weeks later, he would have had a totally different persona.
Were we just talking about something exactly like this recently? Was this yesterday?
Probably.
I think we were talking about like harsh dudes, and you were saying that like if you just hit him with a "Yo, what's up, dude?" Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly the context.
Yeah, no. If we were talking about hot sauce guys. Like when guys are so into hot sauce, they like
they ruin like, appetizer dishes.
Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, I just like battery acid on my wings. But like if you meet guys like that, they usually they lob that towards you when they don't have, or they feel like it could be like an attractive quality about them. Whereas if you're just like, if you're just like, yo man, I like hanging out with you regardless of that shitty trait, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I don't need that trait anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now they're ready to talk about Jeeps.
Oh
yeah.
God. Oh. Can we talk about Christianity instead of
dude? I always hated Jeeps, and my buddy just got a Jeep, and I was like, ooh, bro, I could be a Jeep guy. I could be a Jeep guy.
Yeah. Bro, all it took was me going down to Wildwood Boardwalk every summer because I couldn't afford to do anything else, and just seeing them parade those motherfuckers around. I was just like, damn, actually, I would love a Jeep with like the snorkel thing so I could drive through like really deep mud.
Yeah. Dude, if you have a 6-pack and a doorless Jeep in Wildwood, I mean, that's snorkels for pussy. That's snorkels for pussy.
The world's your oyster at that point. My buddy, he was my
and oysters are your world.
Hey,
my buddy's talking about pussy.
Talking used to climb rocks with Jeeps.
What happened with the Jeeps?
He would climb these fucking boulders and shit in competition.
Oh yeah, that's cool stuff.
He would start like to tell me about it, and one of my favorite things in the world to do was just immediately tell him how stupid that was. It just completely fuck him over.
Yeah, but he was also a guy that put a lot of his identity into that. That was his.
It was so much fun, and like ever since then, I can't get out of my self-professed hate for
Jeeps. Biggest Jeep guy I ever knew. Threw his life away and tried to date a stripper and got her a furnished apartment, and she stole everything and left, and then he had to go back to his wife.
Wow.
And she took him back. The wife took him back.
No, she said, "Take it easy, dude. See you later." And
damn,
dude, it all came crashing down. It was the funniest shit ever.
Dude, that is like that. That'd be great if that's what the fucking judge said. Nah, dude, take it easy. See you later, bro.
Good luck, man. You and Tiffany have a good time, man.
I hope she stole the door off his fucking Jeeps too.
Oh my God,
man, that was the best.
It'd be awesome if he was like not even into the Wrangler though. He's like into the Renegade. He's like into the Wagoneer.
Oh God.
Put it all he like manually ripped the doors off a Wagoneer.
Yes.
You see the twisted metal at all the edges.
Yeah, I might go doorless and sleeveless with my Jetta.
That's the way to go, man.
What if I rip the doors off my Volkswagen?
That's some Mad Max shit right there.
Yeah.
In case you have to go deep into IT work orders.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Maybe I'll saws all the top off of my leased Volkswagen mid-size SUV crossover, and I'll just hang my leg out the door on the highway. That'd be fucking sick. 22 degrees outside.
Dude, I will send you some sort of animal horns to put on the front of that.
If I got cloth top for the V-dub and it doesn't fit at all, that'd be pretty cool, man.
Or buckskin.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. To paint it fucking purple with like spray paint. Bad job. Yeah, you know who snuck into Jeep culture is fat ladies.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys know about this. Fat ladies snuck into Jeep culture.
Yeah, they did that.
You'll see like a pink Batgirl Jeep in the parade, And you'll be like, okay, this is not a guy. And then if you stick around long enough, you'll see some fat pig waddle her way back to it with like a hot dog and fries from fucking Curly. Yeah.
Well,
dude, that's a good point. I've seen quite a few big gals climb into a two-door.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know who really opened the door for them was Harley Quinn. I don't know why fat girls really latched onto her so much. I feel like she's kind of the opposite. I mean, she's very explicitly not a fat, dumb bitch.
Right.
But fat girls, dude, they got a load of Harley Quinn and they go, okay, she looks like my fucking school bag. Maybe I could just make that my entire personality. Maybe I can start by letting people know on the outside of my Jeep. God bless him though, dude.
The minute they put those pigtails up, you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're in for a fucking sweaty woman who smells like cigarettes breathing too loud on the bus.
There are in fact 3 pigtails.
Oh
yeah, 2 on top and the curly.
There you go.
Oh shit!
She's got pigtails. She's got pig everything else. Yeah, dude, I fucking love Harley Quinn.
Oh my God, Tim! My God!
Now I'm just gonna be looking at Wranglers every time I go to a stop sign or a stoplight. There's a Wrangler.
Oh, dude, you got to get first of all, when you see a custom Jeep and it's got angry headlights, I instantly blood flow to my penis increases. My testosterone spikes so hard just imagining a child seeing my truck and going like, "Whoa, oh, it's just a car. It's not a monster." You know what I mean? That makes me feel so powerful.
This thing rolls over and the seatbelts hold. We're probably gonna be
dude,
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna break my neck. It's gonna break my buddy Kevin's neck. It's gonna break his fat girlfriend's neck. It's gonna be sick when I flip this shit over, dude. This crossbar is Chinese. It's not gonna protect me from anything. It just looks cool. It just has bat wings carved into the top of it.
It's not even welded. This is a Lego snap on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I love custom Jeeps, dude.
Can I ask you guys a quick question about an older project you guys did together?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No.
We literally were just watching Philly Court before we jumped on.
Mm-hmm.
You two had a really special dynamic filming that.
That was just how we were in the car every day for 5 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you mean the only friends on set at the time?
I think at one point Tim called out an overruled or something like that from the gallery, and you're like, beat me to it. It just like likes that,
dude. Yeah,
completely. I mean, just everything you guys do tends to have a lot of those little things that are just like blink and you'll miss it, but you'll watch it 1,000 times and it gets funnier every time you do it. And
yeah, I mean,
I fucking love it.
The thing with him and Gervin is like the real doll thing. It's like that's probably pound for pound, because it's like I think it's only 2 minutes. I think that's like pound for pound the funniest thing I've ever been a part of, because it's like it's just machine gun fire of 2 of the funniest guys I've ever met for sure. Like there's only like a handful of people I'm like, oh, these are the funniest people in the world. But I've always said this: Tim is the funniest guy I've ever known, and because it's a vintage of funny that's like you can't find that anywhere else. No one else can even remotely come close to it. But like, and so is Gervin. Like that, like Gervin is the same, but like in a different world, like in a different fucking universe. So like to see both of them argue about something so arbitrary, and we just pointed the camera at them and we told them like, this is the story. And that's the thing with Butterly, so you're just like, here's the story, just do whatever you want. Like no one's ever like, all right, your line here is this, because like anything you write for Tim, it's like pointless, because like anything he thinks of is gonna be funny. So you just have to tell him like, all right, this is a scene, and he's gonna think of the funniest shit possible.
It's
and then
go ahead.
You just get to scoop up the reward when someone's like, wow, that's so funny. You're like, yeah, I guess it is funny. I'm the best. Even though Tim and Gervin doing all the fucking work.
No way, dude. It's so funny to hear John put it that way because I can remember within 2 or 3 open mics seeing McKeever just doing stand-up before he even like picked up a camera and fucking sat in Rickenhouse Square reading the manual for how to operate it. It was like very clear. I was like, oh, that's who I got to figure out how to get around. And then like I very quickly I got to start like being in stuff, and all I was doing was just like looking at McKeever and like going like, okay, do I do that? Should I do this? He's doing that. I'll do that too. And it was, I mean, I don't know if I ever identified the formula, but like if you just stick close by it, it's like the best shit in the world happens.
Well, you know what's funny about like I mean Tim and I have talked about this before, but like I don't think Shane is a lot like Tim in this way, where like they're very allergic to the formality of acting. Like when you're like, hey, here you have to act, they're like, this is lame. Like they both have the same response to it. And it's like very like charming, where you're like, these guys, if you ask them to be themselves in front of a camera, they're not very good at it because they know how silly that is. You know what I mean? Like they're almost aware of how stupid that is. So it's hard to like get them to be that. And that was the whole reason that like I was like, let's dye Tim's hair and put glasses on him for Delco Proper, because then he doesn't have to feel like it's him. That was a secret agent move that I was like, if I can just do that for Tim, then he feels like he's not being lame. Because I feel like, not that Tim ever said that to me, and Tim was never like, I'm better than this is lame. I just know that like the formality of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but like you and Shane are very similar in that way. We're like, whenever we give either of you lines, you're both like, I'm not reading that. That's crazy. That's not how I would say that. So it's better to be like, all right, put them in an environment where they feel comfortable being themselves, and then they'll say something so much funnier than anyone in the world. Gervin's similar too. Gervin likes lines because he's just very, he's Larry David. He's like, what am I supposed to say? So, but like people like Shane, and especially people like Tim, it's like you just got to get them in the room, and then when they're comfortable and happy, and you see other people, like even in Philly court, like if you look at other people around in Philly court watching Tim, they're like, what's happening? Like it's like there are definitely people that have been abducted by aliens that are they're more freaked out by being around Tim when he does this shit, because it's like nothing you've ever seen. Like
the reason I'm such a poor actor, well, one of the many reasons is that like anything that I've gotten has been because, number one, someone has seen me in something that John made, and they go, ooh, I want a little bit of that. And when I get there, they go, oh, it turns out I don't actually want that much of it at all. And if I do actually get to stick around to like actually make it to set, I'm being fed like lines that people think are close to, or like the reason I'm funny or whatever. And then when I read it, it's almost like having dyslexia, and it doesn't play as fun. And that's why actually I tank a lot of auditions in like on a dime. Like the second I'm in an audition, they go, could you actually read it how it is? I go, this is over. I have no shot at this. I've shown them how this could be funny, and they've said it doesn't matter. And I go, well, I guess I don't want it that bad. Anyway, so two things is, one is McKeever can actually write something that sounds funny when I do it. And also like I've said this about John a million times. He's the best dude ever at like plotting out how something's funny, and then just when you're satisfied with it, he also adds on like an escalation to it that it feels surprising, and it's like chaotic and fun. So though that like cattle shoot is always so clear on his like jokes and sketches and shit, and yeah, the other thing is that he can actually feed me lines, and I don't feel like a fucking weird robot regurgitating them.
I mean, that's just a great thing. The fact that you recognize like his comedic genius, and there's a lot of people that have ego that wouldn't do that. And the fact that you're Tim, you're willing to like listen to that as well, like listen to his guidance. It's like
game, recognized game.
It's the only reason I'm here.
That's amazing. Like
it's literally the one reason I'm here.
But here's the great thing about John and what he's asking of a lot of you guys that he gets.
That might be my real talent. Might be listening to John McKeever. That's the beginning and end, dude.
Hey, that's not a bad talent to have, buddy.
If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
But John seems like if he can get you to pivot 5 degrees off of who you really are and make you comfortable playing with something, you end up making it all your own anyway.
Dude,
yeah,
it's all by design.
I'm telling you, like I am. There's every single time I'm on set with these guys, with Shane, with Tim, with Gervin, with Tommy, like, you know, Kyla, even, like, you know, you get on set with these people who you're like, I'm so lucky to be around people this fucking funny. And Rainey too, like you can't write for Rainey. Like you can, you know, it's the same with all these guys, and you just go like, hey, I'm happy to be here, and you kind of form a team, and it's like we've talked about it before, but it's like Moneyball, where it's like, all right, none of us individually are worth anything. Like we've all been shunned by the industry.
Please continue.
Yeah, but but it's fact. Like
we're talking about on paper, not in your heart.
Yeah, yeah, right. On paper, all of us have been shunned by the industry. So
yeah, but our contention is the rest of the industry is retarded and doesn't understand yet.
They've had a crystal clear look at each one of us individually and gone, no, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and all of us, and I think I played like the sometimes, in my opinion, like the least valuable role, where I'm like, all right, I know the people that can get on base, and if we can get these people on base, we get enough runs. It's the Moneyball thing, where it's like, and then we're good. So it's like nothing is more proof positive of that than like Uncle Daycare, where it's like you literally have a bunch of home run hitters in a room, and they're just hitting home runs, and all they have to operate off of is like, this is snack time, this is nap time, this is the break room, this is when they're bringing the groceries in, this is when you learn this, or this is the vaccine thing. It's like even the vaccine thing, like that on paper, it's like, okay, that's funny, that's fine, but then like what Foley and Butterly add to that in the room, it's like you can't. That's like you're making gold in that at that point. So I don't know, like that's it's frustrating and exciting about the industry at the same time, where it's like I've tried to show this to so many people, and they're like, great, let me see a script, and it's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
it's just not how it works. And then they're like, well, I don't want to work with you. And then, you know, you find people to pull the money together and you make it yourself, and you're like, oh. And then people are like, wow, that's incredible. And it's like, yeah, because
I'm $100,000 in debt. It's so good.
Yeah. Like these people are so fun. Like these people are so fucking funny. And if you just would shut the fuck up and give us the money to make the stuff, then this would be possible more often. But
you mentioned Foley and Tim and Uncle Daycare, two of the greatest pieces of physical comedy. Now I'm going to give Foley his due. The lifting the grocery bags every time it gets funnier.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn it, Tim, you taking the nap with the fucking coffee cup.
That's all Tim. That's all Tim.
Everything we do, I beg John to let me do a pratfall. Everything we do, and he'll at least shoot it.
Tim was like, yo, what if I fell asleep and fell over? And I was like, yeah, that's incredible. And
genius, brilliance, buenísimo.
We shot it in a wide shot, and I was like, this is so fucking great. And I remember like one of the producers we were making it with was like, do you want to cue him? And it's like, Tim will do it when he's ready to do it. and he did it, and it's the funniest pratfall. And the fucking I got a text from my buddy after it came out, and he was like, I got a DUI, so I can't ride my Harrow anymore. And he's like, that was the funniest line. I was like, that was just something he said while the camera was on him. Like that was just That was literally something Tim said to pass the time. That wasn't something Tim was like, oh, I have to get into character and think about this. We were literally outside and the camera was on him. I was like, just so you know, the camera's on you, Tim. And he was like, all right, I'll just say this. And it was one of the funniest lines possible. And Shane does the same. Shane does the same shit. Foley does the same shit. If you give Tommy enough fucking rope, he'll do the same thing. So like, I don't know. These guys are like, to me, I feel like an old little, manager trying to be like, give me more money for my team. I promise you. These guys can hit home runs if you give me a chance. I don't want the field.
I'm telling you, you gotta see him play.
Give me enough money for uniforms and I'll get him to play against the other guys.
I need a bus, not a good bus, just a bus.
Just a bus. Let me get these fucking pussies to Chicago. I promise.
Yeah, you do need to be chomping a big cigar with a thick ash on the end.
Yeah. Yes.
It's great too because everybody is funny in different ways and it works together too, which is like really, I mean, I imagine extremely difficult, but these guys, all you guys are like just mesh together so well, but still have your own brand of humor, I guess you want to call it. I hate to say brand of humor, but you know what I mean. It's like
I mean,
that's the puppet master.
All I like to do is I like to shoot stuff a certain way, and then I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. And I know that the ideas is like these ideas are very broad and like they become not generic's not the right word, but like they just become like, I don't know, a template for these people who are extremely talented. And it would be insane for me to be like, I've worked on stuff before where I'm like, no, read the script. Like I've worked with actors before. I'm like, no, read it exactly how it's written. But like with Tim or any of these guys, I'm like, do whatever you want. But that the line on paper is essentially the idea I'm trying to get across. So any way you want to get that across, great. And I don't know. That's like, to me, like that's where it's been like a very nice. I think I talked about this before with like Kyla, where it's like someone like Tim. Didn't we with Delco Tim? Didn't we like black out a lot of your lines?
I remember you telling me at one point that like you're not saying any of the lines in this. And I don't know if that was just like a draft that you were trying to get passed off or like there was a disconnect between what you thought was funny about me and what the suits were going to let me do.
Oh yeah. That was a big fight often with Comedy Central. It was like what I was like, well, Tim's going to say something different. They're like, what is he going to say? And I was like, well, he's going to say whatever he wants. And they were like, I remember that we were shooting like an opening scene where he's like talking about like you remember the opening thing where you're playing video games?
Mm-hmm.
There was so much pressure on that scene because they were like on our ass to be like, he has to read the lines as they're written. And I was like, no, he's just gonna say stuff. And everything he said was funnier. And they were like, they didn't even hear the stuff he was saying. Like he would say something and it would be so funny. And they were like, whatever, make them read the line. They were so hard up on that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They have to justify their own existence because they don't fucking need to exist.
Well, they don't know what is.
They
truly don't know what's going to hit with an audience, and to that degree, honestly, neither do I. Like Tim, like in my opinion, I'm like, put Tim on screen, and whatever he says is going to make me laugh, and I'm an audience member at that point, which is very exciting. So, and then there's people like Kyla, who it's like. Kyla generally, for the most part, has read lines exactly how they're written. But the difference is she delivers them in a way that I could never imagine. So like, you know what I mean? Like that's where you have two different people here. You have one guy, but they're gold mines in different ways where it's
exactly.
Like this guy will say a thing on the whim funnier than the funniest idea that I could think of is his worst day. What's that Kanye West line where it's like, I forgot better.
A few of them that he said lately, but
talking about. I won't say what names they were talking about.
Something about a doctor, that kind of
dude,
hospital.
No, this is it. I thought about Tim when I heard this the other day. It was like, I have forgot better lines than you ever thought of. And like that's Tim to a T. Like Tim has forgot better shit than I've ever thought of. So like that's Tim. Kyla is more like, here's a line, read it, and then she reads it, and you're like, whoa, I didn't even know that. Someone could read a line like that.
Here's a little thing about, especially with Delco Proper, that I loved about Izzy, and I didn't notice it until I rewatched it a bunch of times. Is there are times where I swear there was a soundtrack behind whatever was going on in the scene. There was no music whatsoever. I was just that fucking engaged by this behind the scene, especially the funeral home. I'm like, okay, well, like there's something playing in my head here, Pantera or whatever the fuck it is. There's no music. It was all you and Tim, you trusting Tim, and Tim fucking.
That's hilarious.
Taking that motherfucker and going hard.
Well, you know what's funny about that? That was like we had Tim and I talked about that, like about that Pantera-esque like sting. Like in the beginning of some of the Delco Propers, when you would see Tim, there wouldn't be music, but it would be like it would be like this like tone. Because like we were trying to like, all I wanted to do was be like, Tim is my Boomhauer. Like he's my Beavis. Like this is a guy that I want, when I introduce him, I want it to be like, this is a big deal. This is like
all eyes on screen.
This is Stone Cold coming down.
Damn, Boomhauer.
and so then like I feel like every time you see him after that because of who he is, that music plays in your head anyway, even though you're not hearing it because of the presence.
100%.
And we filmed him in a lot of like really tight shots, so he fills the whole frame.
And I was big as fuck.
Oh, you're big as fuck.
Dude, it wouldn't matter how big you were when you were in the back seat of that car talking shit, dude, right before you went into the funeral.
That might have been at my thickest all time.
Oh man, maybe
I was probably at the height of my power.
God damn, you're beautiful.
Yeah, that was me at the height of my power, I think.
That was one of my favorite things I've ever filmed, is that him in the backseat. There's like a handful of things that are like my favorite. Him in the backseat of Delco. There's a couple, but that one was just like, because you just point the camera at him. Once you get the camera set up, that it's like, because it was a long lens on him, so it's just him in this world. We're all blurry. Everything is blurry behind him. It's just him in the world, and he's just riffing, and it's like, damn, what a powerful position, because you're basically putting him in the middle of the back seat where no one ever sits.
Yeah.
And you're parked, and he's essentially driving the conversation. So you have two guys in the front seat who are forced to like turn around to look at the guy in the back seat, which I always thought was like so fun about Tim, where it's like this guy is so powerful from the back seat that he's forcing the two guys in the front seat to be like, hold on a second. Like,
and he's completely comfortable at the same time.
Yeah. He never moves. He never squeezes an inch. Yeah.
That was actually how I learned to be like demanding for myself. That was not a part of my nature at all in my life, and I actually kept that from Delco Proper on.
How much of that was from the glasses though, dude?
What do you mean, the sunglasses?
Hell yeah, dude. Those are fucking badass.
Dude, all I remember all I remember from that, it was actually 2 days. I don't know if the first day was a rehearsal or if it was just like we had extra time to try to shoot something, but I remember sitting in that car and sweating, and by the time we had to stop, I felt like I don't think we actually got anything we could keep. And then on the second day, it was just batting practice. And I don't know what changed. It was always for Comedy Central, right? It always felt like there was high stakes.
Yeah, it was always for we didn't have any money. They gave us a very tiny amount of money to make that.
Yeah. So the first day, I just felt so much fucking pressure, and then I don't know what happened. The next day I went back and it was just the best, and it never stopped being the best, and it's still the best, and everything rules.
and now a few months ago you've got this premiere at
there's a marquee with your fucking name on
and it's sold out I mean that night was
and we finally got to meet both of you, by the way. Holy shit.
Gilly and Keeves. Yeah.
Sorry, I was fast forwarding to the that was a magic night, man. That was we told you, John, already, but like, dude, that
Still got the boners.
Yeah.
Barely holding this desk down right now.
That was a lot of fun. That was a ton of fun.
And you know, like you speaking of music, this is kind of maybe weird, but
you guys want to start a band together?
Yeah. It's like Coke.
My uncle's selling an old tour bus, dude.
No, but, I mean, no, it's an all fart band. So
yeah,
it's all fart music.
But you know, guys, like people that are just picking up you guys now, you have this whole like catalog that like it's almost like a cool band that you can go back and like listen to, or like a bunch of cool bands that you can go back and kind of listen to, like all this stuff that you know. There's a lot of people that are kind of learning about like Philly Court now, or some of this older stuff, which I think is pretty cool.
And I maintain that after the Hunter Biden thing goes even bigger, that Tim is going to be a hell of a meme for fucking Uncle Daycare.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the mainstream media has stifled that news story, and
not for long, buddy.
Kind of my big break was kind of hinging on it yet again. But dude, I'm actually getting almost sexual gratification from every new peak at success, and then having it just like fade away in front of me. I'm edging to the point.
Edging.
Oh, absolutely, dude. And I'll be thrilled if nothing big ever comes my way, and I just get to be remembered as like a guy who was a part of like, you know, the fucking legendary McKeever verse.
Yeah, but it's all gonna crumble down soon. I mean, all of it's gonna be like I felt like 5 years ago it was like you either like pretended to be someone you weren't so that you could get a job writing for Jimmy Fallon, or you were like a right-wing edgelord, right? And now it's like no one gives a shit about either. So like all that stuff is like all those lines that have divided people have like kind of blurred. Where like I don't really think, maybe I'm wrong, but like I don't think there is a future of like, there isn't like another Will Ferrell coming down the pike, or another Judd Apatow, or another Kristen Wiig. It's just going to be like content, and it's going to be people that like certain things are going to go to certain things. Like that whole thing of like stars, that shit's over. So it's like, and that's cool. I think that's actually cool. I think that's a nice. Yeah,
like you and your friend are gonna follow people who have 45 billion subscribers each on YouTube, and you're not gonna know who the other's favorite. Like you're like, that guy has 45 billion followers. It's gonna surprise you every time you hear about them for the first time.
That's it right there. The idea of celebrity is different, I think. Like like there are people that are super famous that like streamers and whatnot that I have no idea about, but like people that are in their teens, 20s, like they're celebrities to them, right?
Right.
Dude, I was watching Dr. Disrespect on YouTube this week, and he had 53,000 live viewers on YouTube.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's like, fucking nuts.
53,000.
Dude, Abbott Elementary would kill for that many live viewers. And but really, and that's a good show. That's an Emmy Award-winning show. Like, it's clearly a good television show. That's
on paper, great television show.
Yeah. But it's also, you know, it's like it's never going to pull in the amount of viewers that kind of thing pulls in. So it's like that thing is changing, and I think networks and companies are trying to adjust how they do things so that they can capitalize off people like Tim, or like Shane, or like, you know, even Tommy and Chris, like you know, like what they have with Stuff Island. I think like that's like I don't know, that's a monetizable thing in some way. Like once someone like swoops in and they're like, I know how to make money off this, then Tommy and Chris are set, and they have a small sect of fans that will probably always be rabid. And I think that's just the way it's going to be from now on. It's going to be little sects of fan bases that will gravitate towards certain things, and that's cool. I think that's like it's a very socialized version of what has been like force fed to us in the past, where it's just a bunch of Will Ferrell movies that fucking blow.
Yeah,
a la carte entertainment's going to force the quality to go up for sure. And you guys, you're nothing but quality.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a la carte though, but because I think it's people doing it themselves, and then people are, you know, taking that on. It's not like they're saying, I want this, and then
let me admit to saying you guys are providing something no one else is providing, and it's something people are going to seek out because it's fucking fantastic.
Do you know what's really funny? Good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, I would say, like, it's funny to me to see like Kevin Hart in things, because I'm like, by all metrics, he's unfunny. Like in every regard, he's not funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Other people may think he's funny, but he runs Hollywood.
He's in every commercial now.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Him and Mark Wahlberg are in a movie, and it's like, let's spend $45 million on their salaries alone. It's like, guys, nobody wants to watch that shit.
No.
I think enough people.
Enough people want to watch.
Just put it on in the background, and your television reports back that it actually played. As of right now, they have no way of tracking whether or not your eyeballs were actually on the content. But I do think that people are pressing play on that shit.
We're working on it.
They are, but it's kind of like but the difference is, like, it's like Hubie Halloween, right? It's like when Hubie Halloween
great
came
movie,
out,
by the way.
Love that fucking movie.
Dude, everybody was like, "Oh, this is a stupid movie." Hubie Halloween's fucking great.
Oh yeah.
Like, but Sandler has figured out a way to make movies that people actually watch. Whereas, like, the Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Hart thing, it's like, all power to him. Actually, fuck that. Fuck both of them. I don't give a fuck about them. But, like,
they need your help.
They were terrible. So, like, they're making garbage. They've been making garbage for a long time. Also, I'm a little drunk, but, like, Wahlberg said that Boogie Nights was the worst thing he's ever done. It's like, dude, your career wouldn't be anything without it. You fucking.
Also, thanks for shitting on the thing that I think is coolest about you.
Yeah.
We don't see eye to eye on anything, if that's what you think.
I mean,
it's like Michael Jordan saying, "You know my basketball shit? Fuck that."
Yeah.
I mean, the Funky Bunch was pretty awesome too, but
it's just nuts. It's just nuts, and it's like, where
he almost beat that guy to death. That was
okay. So Boogie Nights was his second favorite thing.
Second coolest thing. The innocent third party he nearly killed and blinded.
Funky Bunch.
But isn't that funny? Like, that guy and Kevin Hart are like, they're demanding the biggest amount of money, because there's a bunch of people that work at, like, car dealerships that watch 2 minutes of the movie and, like, cool. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
and they go back to, like, just checking SportsCenter on their phone.
Yeah.
What else?
And, like you go to Japan. I'm sure that's, like, the number. That's who they think movie stars are in America. It's like The Rock,
can't even
Kevin
say
Hart
over there.
I think it's like Marky Mark. Marky Mark is the
fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the last, like, real I can't think of a comedy that's come out in, like, last few years.
Isn't Triangle of Sadness supposed to be a comedy? I'm about to watch that right after.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't.
I keep saying. I think, like, every comedy now is just a fucked up movie with, like, funny shit that happens to people.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that too. But I mean, to put out, like, you
almost can't do it unless it's on a streaming service.
I would say, like, the Hangover is probably the last. Like,
what about the King of Staten Island? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, but that wasn't funny.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't see it. I mean,
are we saying, okay, what was the last funny movie or the last comedy? What was the question?
What was the last, like, I guess, was that a big hit, or
I know it
was
was
the last big comedy that was released?
Like, the King of Staten Island was not a big hit. It was also it was a dramedy, and I think but to Tim's point though, to Tim's point, it's like, what is the biggest? Like, when you're talking about, like, blockbuster comedy, like, I think The Hangover was the last. That was probably that was the last hurrah, and then, like, dramedy took over pretty hard, and that's where you start getting, like, the King of Staten Island, and you start getting, like,
no, Amy Schumer had those movies. Hang on.
Well, I mean, like, I know he did. Like, Judd Apatow sort of went to that dramedy thing with This Is 40 and whatever.
Oh God, no.
And
yeah,
and I loved that shit. By the way, when I saw This Is 40, I said, you know what, funny movie.
Oh, I was talking about the recent Judd Apatow stuff. Not so much for me.
I I haven't seen anything he's done recently.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I don't really watch shit anymore. I just play fucking video games.
Well, you're kind of awesome, Tim.
That's what I need to get into. I gotta get into video games, dude.
All right, like, but even like Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is super popular. That's not really a comedy as much as it's a dramedy.
Still dramedy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the Olivia Wilde arc they had on there was real fucked up.
I watched her new movie. That might be the biggest piece of shit
I saw it.
The one where they spit on each other and shit and hate each other?
It's
the I Love You, Darling.
Yeah, is that what that is?
I saw it too. Very much derivative, I'll say, of lots of other things.
I just want Florence Pugh's in that, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I just want her to fucking scream at me for forgetting her birthday.
Oh.
That's the only reason I'm gonna watch that fucking movie.
Tim, we need to talk one day. You have an empire to form.
That's like I felt like I don't know, I watched like 15 minutes in, I was like, it feels like one of those movies where the director is trying to be like, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cool person. Look at these cool shots I'm shooting. And you're like, why is that? This is a stupid part of the movie. Why is that? Why are you trying to make me see cool shots?
Do you think every time she stood behind a camera and she was doing like this, she was like, finally, legitimate artist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take a picture of this.
Yeah.
A Corvette doing fucking burnout.
Was she Instagram selfieing the entire movie making process, like just on set, sitting in the director's chair?
I fucking hope so.
That life. This is how it
That
is.
is great. When you first start making stuff and actors want to start being, actually, what a rare treat to be riding sidecar as actors had to start groveling to McKeever. And when they start doing that shit, it's like it's the most grotesque shit in the world, the way that these people act in real life. Even at the level where no one will ever know who you are and you might never get paid to act again. Just the air that you bring because you took an acting workshop even is so, and obviously there's exceptions and there's very cool people that you meet. But just some of the people that are just, then they get in there, and God forbid they've actually booked something big before and they go, what are you fucking retards doing over here? They got me down to the farm leagues today. Check better clear.
Dude, exactly. That, I mean, like, I don't know, like that's, I don't know.
I'm thinking heavy about one guy, and I'm not going to say his name.
H. Foley. It's all right.
It's okay. Right Foley, we know it's Foley. Big time Foley.
Wait. Give me the initials. Definitely not Foley.
The first one is T, and I forget the second one.
PC from Magnum, the guy who flew the helicopter.
I can't. I'll never
know which one he was.
Tommy Pope.
There's no chance I'm going to remember his last name, but I could tell you who he was, and you'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like those kind of people, like it's funny, like
I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay. I don't know, like those kind of people. It's like they get into a room and they're like, oh, like I've studied the craft, and you're like, all right, yeah. Like there are some people that like we've worked with before, like Ryan Farrell, who's like that guy's a legit actor.
Yeah.
Who also is so respectful of like talent like Tim's and Gerben's and you know, like he's like, whoa, he's like in awe of it. And he's also a fun guy to be around, and like he's just so fucking likable and funny and charming, and he's very good at his craft. Like that is a craft when you're that good at it. Whereas like there are some people that come along and like, yeah, I've been in a few things, and it's like, doesn't mean you're good. There's a lot of people that are in things that suck.
Have you ever heard of Michael Bay, sir?
Yeah. Have you heard of Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Although Mark Wahlberg's I love Mark Wahlberg, but I'm upset about his comedy.
I love meeting the parents of child actors, and they're the first ones that'll tell you what they've worked on and what they've been in. You go, oh, and they go, do you know he actually just filmed scenes with Tanner Gillespie? And you go, oh, cool. Who the fuck's Tanner Gillespie?
Tanner Gillespie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think who the fuck is that? And you go, great, it's great to meet you, little buddy. And you go, well, I'm going to be saying some pretty heinous stuff around these guys. And they go, oh yeah, anything goes. Like, don't worry, he's already been molested.
We molested him before we got here.
Yeah, we molested him a little bit in the car so he wouldn't act up on set.
A little pre-molesting is just fine. He's a little scamp in tow.
It's method.
Yeah.
I gave him a little bit of a hand job in the car. He should be good for the day. Do whatever you want to him.
Dante's Inferno is going to write another season of hell just for fucking show parents.
I had a friend that was a child actor. His mom was very much that. It was like,
you want to see his butthole? You need to see his butthole.
Well, she didn't do that. That was
his dad.
Yeah, that was his dad who did that. He handled.
Show him your Buffalo Bill. Tuck your penis and balls back. So you boys have to see this.
Honey, you still got a little tallywhacker. It's gonna be really easy. Go ahead, do it.
Go ahead, show him, honey. Show him. Show him. Chance. Show him. Show the man. Show the man you tuck your penis and balls. So he can say come and not get a television show.
Yo, show me, do me a favor.
Yeah.
I got a quick game to play.
Okay.
Show me your if you go to Instagram and then search, what comes up? Like, what's your recommended search?
Oh, I actually found somebody
look at the one of the
whoa.
Look at that fucking Jeez Louise.
So I've got Asian guys cooking nonsense craft videos, a guy using a wooden thing to load an AK-47 clip. I mean, it's pretty autistic stuff, my default search page. I'll put it in front of my face.
I'm kind of there with you.
Now, John, show us yours nice and clear.
Okay, I've got
whoa.
You got big
hell.
Mine's Land Rovers. These are rehab exercises for lower back, and then just a big old fat ass.
Yeah. I know what connection you got that one from. He may be a co-host on Tim's podcast.
Dude, imagine just getting.
I've got a guy spread eagle on the Gravitron.
Nice. Get them balls flopping.
That's probably Gordon Ryan down there. It looks like it. Yes.
Mine makes literally no sense at all because I use mine just for investigative purposes.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just madness. There's nothing.
Asses?
No, it's just nothing. It means nothing. It's like,
you guys have no asses on yours? Jesus.
Oh, I do.
Christ.
Okay.
No,
people cutting fish.
Mine go between fights, like street fights in asses. Like those pop up for some reason.
Mine is just like Land Rovers and ass.
Oh, here's what I got a lady now. This lady I think is baking a cake and then just eats it by chomping into it as it's on the plate.
Oh, that's a specific thing.
Oh, I accidentally liked it. Now it's gonna be all of them. God damn it.
Oh no.
We'll call her future.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a lot of clowns on mine too. Clown girls.
Yeah.
Oh, Harley Quinns?
Well, we had
You got fat ladies in Jeeps?
No, these are actual clown girls. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway.
Clown girl?
We just had a clown girl on here last episode.
Yeah, she
the
does
other
like OnlyFans.
A clown OnlyFans.
Yeah. It was
Wait, she like dresses up like a clown and
Yeah.
good for her.
Yeah. You want to see how she blows up a balloon, buddy? It's something else.
With a palm.
Doctor, I'm depressed. You should go see the great clown Pagliacci. But doctor, clap, clap, clap.
Yeah.
I am Pagliacci. Clap, clap, clap. You guys ever heard that classic joke?
Mike.
God fucking damn it.
That literally feels like a forget it.
How the fuck is there not a clown
That
girl?
feels like a Mike
Pagliacci
Rainey
now?
joke.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, we have to end the show. There's nothing that's going to top that.
That's beautiful.
That's literally nothing.
I recommend you go see the great clown Pagliacci. But doctor, I am Pagliacci. Yeah.
If she pass out in the middle of saying her name, that would be more appropriate.
She dips.
Pagliacci.
Pagliacci.
Oh man, I've never.
Gilly and Keeves season 3.
Pagliacci is pretty fucking great. But doctor, I am Pagliacci.
Oh my god.
Clap, 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 clap.
Flop, 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 flop.
That's why you guys are the fucking best in the fucking business.
You really are.
I mean, that's
No, we're just fucking around, dude.
We're having a good time.
No, this is epic.
Yeah, you guys are.
Special.
Oh, by the way, we're coming up on now 2 hours. I've been up for 22 hours right now.
Well, Jesus
we're
Christ,
getting ready to
man.
end this
Hell yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, we'll
because we love you.
yeah, 22 hours. What? I mean, that's
No, my daughter was sick last night. She woke up at like 1:30.
Oh,
So
sorry, man.
she woke up at 1:30, and I was just up, like, you know how you just get like kind of you're like
Yeah.
But so I'm definitely in talk shit about Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Well,
John, you make any other enemies that I should know about moving forward?
Who needs to
You
be
know,
on
as
the
I
list?
continue to branch out on my own as much as I can, so that when I get the call to come work on something, I'm not just waiting in the dark. I am actually trying to contribute when I show up to these things. Who are the snakes I need to start watching out for out in the wild that I don't know about yet?
Well, I would pick Donnie Wahlberg. Might be one now too.
It's on site with Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Especially with
I
that
feel
fake tinted white hairs.
I feel like you would sleep. You would
I could beat two Wahlbergs at the same time.
I believe
Any two.
easily,
for sure.
They have a bunch.
I mean,
How many Wahlbergs are there?
like 30 now. Just keep.
yeah, but they're all
reproducing.
like my height. They're all like 5'8". They're all like little guys.
They just
Yeah.
keep
That's one of those things where it's like, would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized horses or one horse-sized chicken? Would you rather fight? Would you rather fight 5 McKeever-sized Wahlbergs?
I'm always going to go for the big one. Always. I can't help it.
Or one horse-sized Wahlberg. What if you had to fight 100 chicken Mark Wahlbergs? they're just flying around like, whoa.
Hey, how you doing?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Dude, I don't know if I have the stamina for 100 chicken-sized Wahlbergs, but
Transformers.
if you gave me like one double Shack-sized Wahlberg, I'd be much happier to do that.
Oh man. All right. I feel like we've exhausted all these premises to their limit. We did it again, guys.
We did it. Thank you guys so much, man.
Gilly and Keeves season 2. I understand there's more coming forward, possibly being released.
Well, the special you can get
podcasts.
special you can
There's
get.
There's gonna be some stuff, yeah.
And you said that you can get the special on was it Prime and what is it?
Apple TV.
You can get the special on Prime and Apple TV. I think December 1st.
December
I could be
1st.
wrong about that.
Or you can go to their website, which is even better.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to pay the same amount of money on both, but
more money goes to them on their website, right?
Yeah, but it's easier to stream on the other one, so just go fucking stream it. I'd rather people watch it where they can see it and enjoy it. It's fine.
It's great.
Dude.
Yeah, and
it's a perfect
It's
special. It's perfect.
And of course, Dad Meat,
Stoner Dads,
and your Twitch stream. Let me tell you, Tim, I love the Sunday morning Twitch stream.
Coffee stream, yes.
Yeah,
It's my favorite shit in the world.
It's a great way to start Sunday off, man. For real,
it's beautiful.
I'm trying to get more consistent with having guests on. I love having people over my house for coffee on Sunday morning and doing a stream with them.
Isn't that nice? It's so much better than the night, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm done with nighttime content, man. That stuff's for the fucking criminals and such.
We say it nearly 11:30.
I'm a hardworking, good, nice guy. I make my content during the daytime in front of God.
Yeah, both of you gentlemen are correct. We are felons and fucking terrible.
God's light must be on you.
Yeah, dude. It's all for him.
We do not hide in the dark.
That's all I do.
Gentlemen, we love you guys. We're huge fans of everything you do, and
we're truly fortunate and blessed to know you.
Both your work and as people. You're great people, and
you're the fucking best guy.
Yeah, it's a joy spending time with you guys.
And as always, we always think that we're at least 6 months away from you being too good to talk to us. So thank you so much, as always.
Probably sooner than that.
Probably sooner.
Likely, we'll be back in Philly soon too, I think. So hopefully we'll catch up.
Oh, I'd love to see you guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's hang out then.
All right. Yeah, dude. Sounds good, guys.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
All right.
See you, boys. Bye.